Hello, and for this tutorial Tuesday, I'm going to be showing you how to make bracelet holders. So what I have here is these wooden dowels, and they are 12 inches long, and I've marked them here in the middle so I know where I want to connect this halfway onto this. Now what this is the roll from tool that I bought. So I'm going to be using these, and I also have these end stoppers that I'm going to put on the ends of my dowels. I am going to be using my glue gun, my scissors, and some fabric. This is just like a fat quarter. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this around my spools here, and of course I'm going to be using the dowels. So what we're going to do, we're going to first get started by wrapping all of these with the fabric. So you can use fabric, you can decorate it however you want. This is just what I choose to do, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. Because it already has a little sticky piece right here from where the tool was sitting, I'm going to go ahead and start there, and then I'll go ahead and put a dab of hot glue down so it sticks. I'm just going to go ahead, and if you work with hot glue or have worked with hot glue before, you know it seals very fast, so you just want to kind of do this really quickly. And when I go ahead and wrap this around, I'm going to pull it tight also, so that also saves me from having to iron this. So I'm just going to finish down here. Now I haven't cut anything. Like I said, if you watch any of my other videos, you know that I'm a person that just likes to eyeball everything, and then I will cut later on. So once I get this down, then I will know where to cut it at and finish all the way around. So as you can see, I'm going to just clip this right there on the end, because I'm not going to need all of that. And that way I know where to cut it, and I'm going to probably fold that over, and then I'm just going to wrap around here to kind of see how much I'm going to need, and then cut it off so I can finish the rest of these. So I'm going to overlap mine just a little bit, as you can see there. So I'm going to make a tiny little cut mark and try to get it as even as possible. So see, when I cut there, I'll be able to wrap it around and have a little seam there. So I'm going to get this cut off, and then I'm going to go ahead and finish wrapping it around. So I don't want to cut too far down, because I do have to use this for the other three. So now I just have my piece hanging here that's just going to wrap around, and we're just going to kind of wrap around the top here as we go along so everything sticks securely. And I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom, and then put a little bit in between, just so it's not bulky and bulking up once you start putting your bracelets on. You want everything to look nice and smooth and pretty. I just like to smooth mine out, and you can kind of feel the glue smoothing out as you do that. If you have any hanging frayed pieces, just go ahead and pull them off. A little tip: if you're a bit of a perfectionist, you can always burn the edges so you don't have the fray. What I'm going to do is just kind of fold my edges over a little bit on the edge. It's not that anybody's going to see it, but as you're putting bracelets on it, it'll probably start to fray. Or you can purchase this. I use this a lot when I'm sewing. Fray check. It works really, really good. It's just another way you can go ahead and get those frayed edges laid down, and they won't fray your fabric. So I almost have the bottom part done, which is cool. And another cool thing is these tops pop off. So if you have overlapping fabric, you can just pop that top off, put a little hot glue, fold it over, and then pop the top back on. Now you don't even see it. I'm going to do the same thing here with this. So now that I'm all pretty much to the end, I'm just going to put as much glue as I can and get this over here before it sets too fast. And so as you can see, I have that going down. I'm just going to close this part off here. Always pull that over so everything is closed. And now that I have that done, I'm going to go ahead and put the top back on. And our first one is done. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these, and then we'll go to our next step. Okay, I'm back, and I just want to show you that I went ahead and completed all of the spools. And I also went ahead and covered the dowels in fabric. I decided not to use the end pieces just because these aren't actually big enough to fit inside of those end pieces. So what we're going to do now, I'm just going to go ahead and place this on top of here like so. It may not look right. I may do a little bit of decorating it more later, but right now what I'm going to do is glue that. So I'm just going to take it from here and go all the way across. A little bit down there as well, and a little bit down here, just to make sure it's more secure. I'm just going to set that on top, just like that. And then it's a little uneven, but once it sets, then we'll be able to put our bracelets on top. So now we have all of these set, and they look pretty good. I don't want to show you what it's like with the bracelets on, but I'll try this one since I did it first. I just want to give these a little bit more time to set out and dry before I actually start adding my bracelets to them. So this is essentially what we'll be doing here. Just kind of throwing our bracelets on, and then want to make sure the weight is even so it's cute. You can use any fabric you want. You can actually also use candlestick holders, will work as well, but I just chose to recycle my spools that I got from my tool. So, and if you want to make these even more secure, I got these out of the crafts section at Walmart, and I just kind of put a little bit of paint finisher on it, so you can probably stick it to the end of this to give it a little bit more stability, and it'll probably set somewhere a little bit easier. So you can probably just use some wood glue. I would probably recommend if you chose to put it on a flatter surface and just let it stick. I use Gorilla Glue, so that's probably, I think I will go ahead and secure this to this. So what it'll essentially look like, it'll be like this, and it's cute, it's functional. You can make a ton of these for your bracelets. You can also use stack these next time to make necklace holders. I mean, you wouldn't put the dowel on the bottom, but you would just stack these on top of each other like this, and then hang your necklaces on top. So you can use these for many different things. So that's all for this Tutorial Tuesday, and I will see you next Tuesday.